Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a collection video and it's going to be something a little bit different, and it's going to be a mug collection video. So if you like these types of videos, please do subscribe. I do have a collection playlist now that I'll link in the eye if you want to go and watch a few of those after this. And yeah, so I will get into the video now. I did do a small business Saturday video probably 2 Saturdays ago now, probably not by the time this video goes up, but yeah, it was from the Littlest Spook Shop, and again I will link that in the eye. And I did haul a mug from them, and as I said in that video, and I've said in a few other videos, I do have quite a lot of mugs, but I've never really taken them out and seen them all together. So I figured I wanted to do this video. I'm not sure if other people have done this. I don't think I've seen any. I do have all my mugs behind me, so this is going to be like all my spooky mugs and like cups as well. I do have a few non-spooky ones, maybe 4, but the majority of them are spooky or gothic, so you could probably like see a few of them behind me, so I'm gonna have to try and not move as much because I don't want them to all smash. So yeah, I won't be going through these in any particular order, but I will link what I can in the description box below. Some of them are from like Spooky Box, so you'll be able to get those ones, but some of them are like from holiday, gifts, all of that. But any ones that are still available, I will leave all the links in the description box below so you can find those ones. I will start with the one closest to me, and this is my Maleficent mug. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's quite a large mug, and this was from the Disney store in the UK. So I really like the handle of it. It's definitely a coffee mug for me. So yeah, it just has Maleficent on with the crow or raven, and then on the other side it does have the dragon, and it's also purple inside. Yeah, and it just says Disney on the base of it. So that's the first one. Moving on, this is one I bought in America, and I got this one from Hobby Lobby, and that's like a craft shop over there, but they do the most amazing like autumnal and Halloween things. So I did get this one on holiday. It's just kind of a plain black mug with this kind of swirly pattern, and then it does have this pumpkin design, which I really liked. So yeah, definitely more autumnal than Halloween, but I really do like this one, and I'm always constantly scared of breaking it because I kind of took a risk getting this home because I did have to put it on a suitcase on a plane and everything. So yeah, there is this one. Carrying on with ones from America, I did get this. This I haven't actually used yet, but it is a kind of plastic drinking cup. So it just has a lid. I don't know, I bought it because I really love the design of it, because it is Nightmare Before Christmas, but I believe I got this from Myers or Maya, I'm not sure how you say it, but yeah, I did get this from there, but again that was last year, so not sure if they'd still have it. Again, when I got on holiday, this is one of the non-spooky ones, and this is a New York Starbucks cup. So I did get this in New York, and it's just one of their kind of frappuccino glasses, I guess. So it is gold and it has a straw with it. So yeah, that's what this one looks like. So it's got the Starbucks logo on the front, and then it says New York and then Times Square. So that is one of my non-spooky ones. Back to mugs, I do have this one from Spooky Box. I really like this one. I think it's really cute, and I think it was from the Campfire Ghosts box, but it's one of these enamel mugs, so you can use it when you're camping. So yeah, it just has these 2 little ghosts on with all these trees with this kind of black rim. Kind of one of the smaller ones, but I do really like this one. You're probably going to hear that a lot because I love all of them. This one was actually a gift from an old friend, and I think she had this, but she never really liked or was that crazy about Nightmare Before Christmas, and I actually got this given to me from that friend before I'd actually watched it myself. But I really do like this one. It's definitely a huge mug, It's kind of hard to find a drink to go in this one just because it's so huge. On the front it's got Jack Skellington. It says The Nightmare Before Christmas with this kind of print gravestones on, and then it's got Oogie Boogie on the back of it with some bats. And again, really like the handle of this, it doesn't crush your fingers. But yeah, so there is this one. I'll move to the ones up here because I do have this one which is quite fragile. So I did get this one from Tkmaxx either last year or the year before, and it's one of these kind of wine glasses. And it says eat, drink and be scary, and that's the design on this one. The only issue with this is it's not dishwasher safe, and I haven't put it in the dishwasher, but even when you wash it with a sponge you can see like the text has started to come off of it, which isn't great. But you can still make out it's a witch's hat and everything, but if you can see there, the letters have started to come away, so I haven't actually bought any more of these ones. But it is a really nice glass, and it's kind of hard to find spooky glasses like this. And the other one on here is one I've had for, it could even be like 5 years now, but it's actually one of my like drinking jars. And this one is actually from Spooky Box. It's the one I'm using right now, which is why it has squash in. But it is a like Beetlejuice quote, and it says, "I myself am strange and unusual." And I really like this one because it's massive, and it's one of the ones that you'd use for like water or squash or fizzy drink or like whatever. But this is definitely the one I use for filming, because I do tend to like bulk film, so I film like 2 or 3, sometimes 4 videos if I'm wearing makeup, because obviously I don't wear makeup every day. So yeah, and usually my throat does tend to give up on me by the end of maybe the 3rd video, so this is definitely handy to have by my side if I'm filming. I've got these two which are non-spooky. So this one I did actually get from SASS and BELLE, and it does say life begins with coffee, which I agree. So it's just like one of their basic kind of quote mugs. Looking back, maybe I wouldn't have bought this if I would have known how many mugs I do actually own, but I do really like the saying of this, and I think the text is really nice and everything. I'm not sure if they still do this, but I might be able to find a link on Amazon or something. But yeah, there is this one, and the next one is this, again from SASS and BELLE, so same place as the last one. And this is just like the complete opposite of all the mugs I own. So I did actually get this for my sister's birthday quite a few years ago. I thought it was adorable, so I went back on the site and ordered one for myself. Because basically on one side it's got these really cute eyes with like blush, and then you turn it over and it's so cute. I think this is the only like real cutesy mug I own. It is a small mug, but I do really like this one still. So there's this one you've probably seen on my Instagram quite a lot. I will leave my Instagram name here because I do tend to do stories of like my coffee, because why not? I do have this poison apple mug, and I did get this one from the Disney store. They have got a like newer version of this that I will link in the description box because I have seen it, but this one is just the classic one, and I think I prefer this to the newer one they're doing. So it is a red mug with this kind of cream drippingness to it, and it does go all the way around, and then it's red on the inside, and like the dripping effect does continue on the handle, which I really like. So definitely a favorite of mine. I think the new one is kind of the same shape as this, but the drippingness is green, and when you fill it up with a hot drink it turns black, I think. So yeah, this would all be green, and you fill it up and then it turns black. I think it's really cool, but I just kind of like the classic red on cream. But I will link that other one in the description if you're looking for something similar. Onto some glasses. I do have 2 of these skull ones. So I got this one with one of these handles, and it's just a clear skull with one of these straws. I just remembered I've got another one of these somewhere. This is a clear skull, so obviously you can see your drink that you're using, which is cool. And then it does have one of these little black and orange straws in. Now I got this from Wilko when they were £1, which was amazing. They never did them after that 1 year, and I actually bought 2 of these. The other one is in a box at the top of my wardrobe, I believe. Probably shouldn't have bought 2, but I had the vision that I wanted them for my future home, so I did get 2. And they also did a cute pumpkin one, which I also have, and I think it's in the same box. So I do also have another one of these and a pumpkin version. It's kind of the same idea, like it's got one of these screw-on lids and it's clear, but it's a pumpkin shape instead, and it has another one of these straws. So there's this one, and very similar to that is this, and I really loved this one. I got this in Michael's, I believe, when I was on holiday again, and this is kind of the same exact design, except this one doesn't have a handle, but obviously it's purple, which I thought was so cool. And it's kind of a gradient, so it goes from black to a light purple colour. And again, it's got a straw, but I just thought this was really, really cool. I've got this one, again, one I got from Tkmaxx 2 or 3 years ago, and it's a really cool light bulb shaped glass, and it does have a haunted house on with some bats. This print seems to have lasted a bit longer. As you can see, this bit's missing down there, but the rest of it seems to stay on a bit better than that other one. And it does also have a straw. The only thing with this is you don't want to put like a drink that's too messy in, because obviously you can't really put a sponge down here, if that makes sense, and it's not dishwasher safe. This one has actually been a newer discovery for me, because I bought this mug maybe 2 years ago, maybe last year, I'm not too sure. It's been like not last Halloween, but the year before that one, because it was when I just started my channel, and I think I remember hauling this in one of my first videos, which is so embarrassing. I did buy this one, and I always found it was way too big to kind of fit any drink in. Obviously with the cups it's different, because I want to get as like much water as I can as possible. That didn't make sense. I want to get as much water as I can throughout the day, whereas with drinks like hot chocolate, coffee, it's not something I want like loads of. But I have been finding recently this is the perfect mug for my iced coffee. So I use like these Tassimo round things that you put in the Tassimo machine, but they don't actually fill up a normal size coffee, because I think they do that thing where they expect the ice cubes to take over like the volume of the drink, and it's disappointing. So if I just use that, it comes up to about here, and it's like, well, that's not enough. But then I have to use like this frother milk thing to top it up to the top, and it just fits in this mug. So I have been using this every day. Again, one that you've seen on my story. I'm not sure if I said, but it is from Tkmaxx, and it's got the Ouija board print on the front and then a moon on the back. It's not actually a design I loved when I saw it, but I just thought it looked cool. It wasn't one that I was like, oh my gosh, I need that, but it's actually become one of my favorites more recently. Moving on to some travel mugs, I do have this one, which I bought from Clinton's a while ago, or did I get it as a present? I might have seen it in Clinton's and got it as a present, but this is obviously Alice in Wonderland themed. It says I'm late, I'm late, I'm late with the white rabbit, and then all across it's got these kind of silver clocks, which is really cool. And then it does have one of these silicone pink lids. I think this is one of the ones that keeps your drink quite hot, because it does have like quite a thick lining, I guess, inside. But I do have this as a travel mug. I don't tend to use this too much though, because obviously it is like a ceramic, so it's not really one that I'd want to put in my bag and take somewhere just in case it broke. But I do love the design of this one. I do have this one from Spooky Box, and this says witch on it. I used to take this every day before college when I did my foundation degree in art, and I always remember taking this on the bus, and I loved it. And I do tend to use plastic ones rather than the ceramic one, as you saw, just because they're a bit easier to keep in your bag. But it does just say Witch on it. There is quite a lot of room. I think Spooky Box still sell this in their shop, so I will leave a link to this. But I did hear that some people had some problems with the text coming off, so just be a bit wary of that. I haven't really had any problems with mine, as you can see. Like, everything seems to be intact, but I did hear at the time there were some complaints. But I do really love this travel cup, and probably my favourite one has to be this one. Now again, I got this 1 or 2 years ago from Tkmaxx, and it says Happy Halloween, and it's one of these like bamboo ones. So again, kind of easier to store. It does have a silicone lid, and then it's got one of these like things where you can hold it, I guess. But this is the mug it's not a mug. This is the cup I usually take to get my pumpkin spice latte in August, or whenever it comes out in the UK. Probably doesn't come out in August, maybe end of August, beginning of September. This is the cup I always take. Like, I walk in to get my pumpkin spice latte in my pumpkin cup. So yeah, really love this one. Definitely one I use a lot in autumn rather than the other seasons, but really love the print of this one, and it's maybe my favourite travel cup. So moving on to the other half of what's behind me without smashing anything. This has got to be one of my ultimate favourite mugs, and this is like the classic pumpkin mug. I think it tends to come out at Halloween in Tkmaxx every year, but I can't guarantee that. But this is one that everyone seems to be after for Halloween when Tkmaxx released their things. I think they had a few last year. They tend to bring them out every year as far as I'm aware. But I did get this one a few years ago, and this is my favourite mug for my pumpkin tea because it's just the right size. It does tend to stain a little bit just because it's tea. But it does have the classic pumpkin face on it, which is really cute. And it does have all this like orange with the light orange. And then it does have the black handle. Inside it does say Happy Halloween. So definitely one of my favourite ones. I would be very sad if this broke. Probably one of my oldest mugs, I guess, is this one, and this is a Witch's Brew cup. Now this was from Spooky Box, but I believe the brand is Spirit of Equinox because I've seen these on different websites. I think you can get these from like October 31st and kind of resellers and everything, but I did get this in a Spooky Box, and this has got to be one of my favourites just because it looks really cool. It's the classic size for coffee and everything, and you can also put it in the dishwasher, which is going to make me pick it over other mugs. So this is what this one looks like. You can also get a matching sign of this design, like to put on your wall or something. As you can see, it's a little bit like scratched, but I think it's doing pretty well for the amount of times I use it. Back to Tkmaxx, I did get this one, which some of you will be surprised at, but I really wanted a Cauldron Mug, and I don't think I got it the first year when I saw it because obviously the spiders put me off. The year after when I saw it again, I was like, I really just want a Cauldron Mug. I kind of came to the conclusion, I guess, that the spiders don't really look too realistic, and they're purple, so it's not like they're black or anything. And I really liked this web design. This one is a bit like, looks more like a beetle than a spider. I mean, I prefer if they weren't there, but I've just kind of accepted that they are. And I do like the purple in with the design. But yeah, so I do have this Cauldron Mug. I knew this was going to be a long video when I sat down to record this, and I've already been recording for 25 minutes, which is great, and I'm about halfway through. But yeah, so I do have this Cauldron Mug. I usually use this for hot chocolate and things. I do have two massive teacups, which honestly I don't really use just because of the size of them. Again, I got these from Tkmaxx. As you can see, the majority of my mugs are kind of from Tkmaxx because that is the best place to get spooky Halloween mugs. So they're usually the first things to come out after candles in Tkmaxx. So if you see Halloween or autumnal candles, definitely have a look in the mug section because they're usually the next thing to come out usually. But I do have this one. This one looks really, really cute, and I think I hauled this in one of my Halloween hauls maybe 2 years ago. So it's kind of a witch's theme, so it's got stripy socks, witch's boots, another spider, a witch's dress, a spoon, a hat, a cobweb, a broom, a cauldron, some more socks. And I also loved the bit at the bottom that says you've been poisoned, with all these bats. So really love this design. The only thing is, as I said, it's huge. Like, this is a massive teacup. I think I've used it once, but I mean, it's just way too big. But I do love the design, which is why I have it. And I've also got this one again, which is like a witch's theme. So it's got all these witches on broomsticks, and it's kind of a repetitive print. So it's got bats and this tree and graveyard design at the base of it, and stars. So that's just kind of one of those ones that wraps around, and then it does say Witch's Brew in the center with all these stars. So really nice designs. These are from the brand Portobello by Design, if that helps anyone, and they are China. So I do have 2 of these, and I also have a third, which is under my bed, again in a box. It's the exact same design, but it's got all these watercolor pumpkins, which is so cute. But I mean, with these and the other huge mugs, I just don't have room in the cupboard. I mean, I don't have room in the cupboard already. So that one's in the box under my bed, but I do have another one of those. So yeah, I probably shouldn't have bought 3 in one day. The next 2 I'll go through are from WHITTARD. So I've had this one for quite a while, again probably like my second ever mug, and my mum tends to steal this one. But this is the Mad Hatter, and it's one of their like classic designs. So it is a kind of standard white mug with this original cartoon drawing of Alice in Wonderland, and it does say, if you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. And that's the quote that's quite small at the bottom. But that's the design of this one. Again, kind of classic size. I think they still do these ones. Every time I've gone into a shop, they've done it. But I know 2 of my local ones have shut down, like before the pandemic and everything. So they do have a website if you're interested. So I will leave a link to this one. The second one from WHITTARD is this one, and I do prefer this one just because it has a little bit more colour to it. And this was actually in the sale when I bought it, so I think I did a haul on this, like a collective haul. And it's got the white rabbit with a clock on the back that says tick tock, and I really like the handle for this one. So kind of like a watercolour effect, I guess, with purple and light pink, and then on the inside it says time for another, again with a clock. So really love this one. I really hope I haven't said that too many times. I'm really so annoyed when I edit this, like, oh, I really love this mug, oh, I love this one, I really loved this one. I hope it hasn't been like that. This one could be the last one from Tkmaxx, and I bought this one last year. So this is a travel cup things, but it keeps your drink hot and cold, I guess. And it does have bats all over it. I got this with the idea that I would take tea to university, which just never happened, because I think I was thinking of my, not future self, fantasy self. So the fantasy Kirsty takes tea, even though I drink one type of tea, which is pumpkin tea, which would just never happen. So I always end up taking a water bottle, which is normal. So this hasn't got much use, to be honest, but I do love the design of this one, and I hope I do get to use this eventually because it is really cute. I've got one left from the Disney store, and this was definitely a present, and I really love this. So this is another Jack Skellington mug, but this is probably the biggest one out of all of them, even bigger than the teacup maybe. I'd say it's bigger than that. And yeah, so as you can see, it does have the classic Jack Skellington face on with a striped grey and black handle, which I love. And then it does have this black part there, I love the inside of it. It's kind of like swirly, but not, I guess. So it's grey and black on the inside too. This is better for soup and like that kind of thing. I don't really eat soup too much. I mean, maybe like twice a year. And I did use it for that maybe last winter, but it's kind of way too big for any kind of drink. But I do love the design of it. It kind of make a better plant pot maybe. I don't know. I do sometimes think I could use some of my mugs for plant pots because obviously I've got way too many. But I don't like the idea of putting dirt in them. I don't know. I've got this one, which is the most basic mug of all time, and I think it was 50p from Wilko. This was one of my first mugs, like before I even got the Witch's Brew one, and it's just classic matte black, and I think it was on sale for 50p. So yeah, this was my everyday coffee mug for quite a while before I bought another like 30 mugs. And then I've got 3 left from Spooky Box, and then I've got one more from another company which I'll go through first. So this is the one you saw in my Small Business Saturday video of the Littlest Spook Shop. So I did show you this one quite recently if you've watched that video, and this is a very adorable ghost wrapped in a very cozy blanket, and on the other side it says Always Cozy Club, and it is black on the inside. So this is such a cute design. I love how it's all about coziness, which is just what I'm about. And they did also release another mug, which I'll put a photo on the screen somewhere. Maybe I'll put it here. And it's kind of a similar style to this. So it's black inside with a black handle, but it's got the most adorable ghost holding a pumpkin. And I did buy the print of this, which will be in another video very soon. If it's already up, I'll link it in the eye, because I'm not sure which order I put my videos up in. But yeah, so I did order another one, which is on the way. I was hoping it would arrive today so I could put it in with this, but it hasn't, and you know, it's not the end of the world. But I will put a photo on the screen of what it looked like, because I'm so excited for that to arrive. No idea where I'm going to put it. And the last 3 are from Spooky Box. So I have a few Spooky Box videos on my channel, kind of like the odd one. I've got, what was the the Addams Family, Dark Dreams, A Ghoul's Work Is Never Done. Like, I've got a few unboxings, but I used to be subscribed to Spooky Box when they were kind of first coming out, like their second year maybe. So I did used to get a lot of mugs in the box. So I did get this one, which says Magical Potion in this swirly writing with stars and a moon. Kind of one of their plainer designs, but I do still use it and everything. So there's this one, and this is a standard size. All of these are around the same size, I believe. This one, which is definitely, I mean, I prefer this one to the one I just showed you, because it's got a ghost on, and he's wearing a witch's hat with some bats and some gravestones. Again, standard mug, plain white. And this is the last one in my collection, finally. And this is one that I hauled in my Addams Family unboxing, which I'll link in the eye, which I did quite recently. And this is the I Hate Everything mug. Obviously a quote from Wednesday with a skull on. Again, standard size, but this time it's black, which I actually much prefer. Just plain on the inside, and that's the design. When I originally unboxed this mug from the box, I wasn't overly impressed, I guess. Not when I've had ones like this, which I just really love, but actually I've been using this a lot, and it's definitely grown on me. I was considering selling it to begin with, but it's actually become one of the ones I've used quite a lot recently. So I do really like this. Just an update from my unboxing. So obviously, I mean, I didn't put a disclaimer at the beginning of this. No one needs this amount of mugs. This has just kind of become an obsession that has just happened. I mean, I'm not going to explain it. It doesn't need an explanation. So if you're wondering, in total on my bed, like the ones I showed you, I do have 32 in total, which is ridiculous. And I do have, as I said, maybe 5 in storage and 1 on the way. So definitely more than the average person needs. It's an obsession, it's a collection. I do tend to collect stuff as soon as I get it. Like, I guess I kind of have that personality. Like when I have one plant, I'm like, right, I need a windowsill of plants. So I do kind of become obsessed with things and love to collect them. I've kind of always been like that, hence the cluttered room. But yeah, so that was my mug collection. Bit of a weird video, but some people were asking, so I thought, why not? Let me know if you enjoyed this video. As I said, I will link what I can find in the description box below for you if you are interested in finding some more spooky mugs. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below your top 3 mugs that I did show you, and if you have a spooky mug collection too. I won't judge. Press the notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload. Remember to subscribe if you like these types of collection videos. As I said, I do have a playlist. I did do previously a choker and belt collection, a bag collection, a shoe collection, which I will update because I also have a shoe problem. Clothing collections, makeup collections, so a lot of collections. As I said, that will be linked in the eye at the beginning of this video and in the description if you want to go and check more of those out. And I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye!